All cats, old enough to catch their own prey, gather here beneath the podcast for a clan meeting. Welcome to Paws Clause, a podcast where we read the Warrior Cats books in chronological order. I'm Jillian, joined by my co-host and funky friend Scout, and today we will be discussing the Super Edition, Tigerheart's Shadow. What's up, Scout?
Not much. This is my funky voice, I guess.
I was struggling.
I'm a funky friend.
I was struggling to figure out what to use, and I almost put lost.jpg Scout, but then I realized probably a bad idea. So I was just like, let's go for some alliteration here.
I love alliteration. Love to be a funky friend. Love to be haunted by the grim specter of lost.jpg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't we all?
Always lurks in the back of my mind.
Are we not all haunted by the grim specter?
This is the millennials' curse. This is the plague. This is our Black Death.
This is our Black Death.
Not the actual literal pandemic that happened.
No,
but
of course not. Yeah, exactly. Stupid. Oh, man. Well, how are you today, Scout?
I'm doing pretty good. How is the prey running for you?
The prey's running pretty good. I had some Thai food tonight for dinner. I had some masaman curry.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had a Thai curry. I make a lot of curry, but the curries I make are generally more like a Japanese style or an Indian style curry.
I love a Thai curry. Ugh, it's so good. And now I'm here like, now I'm recording a podcast when belly full of...
Oh no, you're recording a podcast on
rice,
curry.
Belly full of rice and curry. How's prey running for you?
Prey's running pretty good. I'm making dinner tonight. I'm making one of my favorite things to make, which I feel is what I always say when I say I'm making dinner. It is braised pork belly and caramelized onions over rice with a poached egg on top.
Yum.
It's real tasty. It's got a really nice you get this really nice caramelization with like brown sugar and soy sauce and some ginger in there, and let it all cook down real low with like the fat from the pork belly renders into the sauce. It's good.
I know I just ate dinner, but that sounds really freaking good. And now I'm hungry again.
The curse. This is the curse. We're dear listeners, welcome to off-day recording also.
Yeah.
So we will have a special energy today because we are doing a makeup recording because we were not able to record on Sunday.
I feel like we should maybe mention why we didn't record on Sunday, and the reason for that is we were playing Peak again.
We played Peak too hard. But we did it.
Yeah, we did. Scout and our friend Angela finally made it to the top of the mountain. The climb did take us 2 hours, which is why I was like, I don't think I'm going to have any more time to prep for the podcast.
We ran out of time.
Because I was just like, yeah, I could do an hour climb. That'll work. And then it was double that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a great time. Loved hanging out with friends. It was a delightful time. And honestly, I was having the Sunday scaries anyway, so it worked out well.
I got to go to our family friend's house and do a puzzle. So, we all had some wins in the end.
Yeah, and you sent a picture of your family friend's cat, right?
Yes. His name is Buster, and I'm a Buster apologist.
Oh my God.
I love him.
What a good name.
I love him so much. They simply talk about how he's a little stinker all the time, and I say I understand that he is a little stinker, but also he's never done anything wrong in his life to me.
That's my dad when talking about Zelda. Because Eric and I will talk about how badly behaved she is, and my dad will just be like, no, she would never. And I'm like... You say that you hate it when my mother calls you guys her grandparents, but you are giving real grandparent energy.
That is grandparent energy. I'm just, instead of being grandparent in denial with Buster, I am free my mans. He did all that, but it's okay.
Nice. So I'm gonna kind of go a little out of order on our notes here. Warriors mail again.
Warriors mail. Woo!
This time it's official Warriors mail.
That's right.
I took advantage of the, like, it's not that big of a discount, honestly, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I took advantage of the fan club deal because they still had signed certificates left.
Ooh.
So I got 3. Oh my God, Zelda. She does not like him. She says, who is this homosexual? She looked up and she saw the stuffed animal and she was like, I don't care for this.
Damn.
Her eyes were so wide. So they had a 3 plush bundle and you get a signed fan club certificate. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get some plushies. So we have a litlittle Raven Paw. Which he is so soft. He's like Zelda levels of soft.
Oh, wow.
We have a Holly Leaf who has a very
Our
like
daughter.
a very like silky kind of fur.
Yeah, it looks so long and luxurious.
It is. It's very nice. And then of course I had to go with our girl boss who can do no wrong. The wildest looking plushie ever. She's so fucking scrunkly.
Every time I see her, it's like I had filled a better looking plushie in my head, and then I see her and I'm like, oh, she looks like that.
I know. I love her. She's my ugly girl. I got the maple shade.
How ugly she is.
Her fur is like, it's like,
It looks like
it looks matted. Like it looks matted, but it's just regular like plush long fur, but it feels like they made an effort to make it matted is the thing.
It looks like a child's version of like a bearskin rug, you know, like a fake bearskin rug that you get for your child's bedroom.
Yeah, she's ugly as hell, but I love her. And they all came in like one like very thin rectangular box. So they got really squirmed put in there, and it wasn't really noticeable as much for Ravenpaw and Hollyleaf because they're both black. But with Maple Shade, they flattened her.
She was flat. You sent me a picture.
She was so squished. I'll put it in the podcast Discord proper once this airs. But yeah,
incredible.
Just squirmed as fuck. It was great, but I am so happy with them, and I'm very pleased with my little signed fan club certificate, healing my inner child, so to speak.
I love that. That's so wonderful.
Yeah, so it was really fun. I'm really, really pleased. Honestly, like, I know I rag on a lot of the Warriors merch. I think the plushies are probably the best stuff they've got. Like, as much as we kind of insult poor Maple Shade's plushie, like, look at this fucking Ravenpaw. He's so goddamn cute.
He's really cute. Yeah, some of them, the breadth of the difference in quality is very funny sometimes, because I feel like some of them are so much better.
Well, and it's so interesting, too. Hollyleaf has her little scars on her. She's got little scars and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's such a cool detail to add. But, like...
That is really cool.
Also, we have fucking Maple Shade.
And then we have Maple Shade, who's,
yeah, I love her. She's great. I wouldn't change a thing.
Brief Hollyleaf fun fact.
Ooh, okay.
The Hollyleaf fun fact I have for you is that I do listen to our podcast with my parents, and they have never read a Warrior Cats book in their life. So they get all of their information from our podcast only. But my dad has decided that he doesn't even know why, but Hollyleaf is his favorite Warrior Cat.
Because your dad has taste.
He's got taste.
I love that. That's everything to me, actually.
I know, it's so good.
I'm so glad.
And when also, I can't believe I forgot to say this story on the podcast. When we were talking about Hollyleaf's story and you pitched in the episode, you pitched the idea of Hollyleaf being like half ghost, half specter. Dad like made me stop the podcast and pointed at me and said, I was thinking that.
Oh my God. That makes me so happy.
You guys are on the same wavelength.
We are. Wow. What a good thing to hear, honestly. That makes me so happy.
My parents are some of our biggest fans.
I love them.
Shout out to them.
Also, I did finally watch the Eat Your Young multi-animator project. Fucking slaps.
Yes,
Holy
yes.
shit.
Yes. It's so good.
That is absolute cinema right there.
Cinema.
So good.
I said it in the last episode. I will say it again. The scene with Swiftpaw and Brightpaw fighting, and then it like cuts from that to them like having like a practice fight to them fighting the dogs. Fucking unbelievable.
It's so good. Everybody needs to watch this one. It's fucking incredible.
Everybody watch Eat Your Young. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to talk about covers?
Yeah, as far as covers, I don't actually have a specific cover to mention today. Unfortunately, there aren't that many different covers for Tigerheart's Shadow that seem to be at least, available on the general websites where I find them. And the ones that are available are fine, but they aren't particularly interesting. They're just like images of Tigerheart like standing there or running.
Posing.
Yeah, just posing. I think it's a crime that there's none that utilize stained glass, considering we literally like get a cat's description of stained glass in this book, and we have like a whole book that is set around a partially abandoned church. And it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me that nobody has taken advantage of this and utilized stained glass. Just an incredible piece of like visual, aesthetic.
I'm holding out
and
hope.
They haven't done it.
Holding out hope for the Polish cover to have some stained glass.
Holding out hope. Polish cover, eventual Polish cover maker.
Come through.
I'm giving you this one for free.
Yeah.
But what I did realize a couple of times, I think we've talked about how sometimes it seems like the artists were using the same reference images of cats on various covers. I specifically called out in our Apprentice's Quest episode that there was a sandstorm on the simplified Chinese cover for Apprentice's Quest that looked really familiar to me, like it had been on a different cat on a different cover. I think the Tigerheart Shadow Owen Richardson American cover might be the one I was thinking of. I have put them side by side in the document. It's pretty close. The ear position is the thing that's really giving it away to me. I would assume they probably were slightly different reference photos, but it's very close.
Yeah, they're very similar. And they've got the same, like, ear position and everything.
Yeah, the ear position is really the thing that I keep coming back to. And even though the sandstorm eyes are a little bit narrower, there's still something about the pupil positioning that feels like it could have been referenced from the same image. And there's also the matter of, like, the specific white fur on the muzzle. If you look really close, it's like it dips away in the same places. No, this is not me being like, Cinema Sins, they used the same image. They can use the same image. It's just really funny to me, and it's really fun for me to look at this and be like, I wonder if it was the same one.
Oh, man. It's kind of disappointing that we don't have any exciting covers for this one.
I know. I think that it is so rich in ideas for interesting covers.
Yeah.
If you go on the Warriors Wiki page for it, you can see that it's just Tigerheart standing there, which is fine, but like there's so many interesting moments that they could have captured for covers here.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I've got.
Well, thank you, Scout, as always.
I come to you with my humble wares.
Thank you! Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to paint me a picture. Excited to talk about it. Let's go.
Let's go. As the deputy of Shadow Clan, Tigerheart must deal with the fracturing clan and his father's feelings of inadequacy in his ability to leave. This would be more than enough for him to deal with, but he soon learns that Dovewing is expecting his kits and wants him to leave the clans with her for a place she saw in a dream. Tigerheart is conflicted between his love for his mate and his duties to the clan, but resolves to meet with her and leave to make the journey alongside her. Unfortunately, he's stopped by a pair of Shadow Clan cats who are on their way to join Sky Clan, as they feel Shadow Clan is no longer strong enough to maintain itself. Tigerheart manages to convince them to stay, and when he goes to meet with Dovewing, she's already left. Tigerheart stays in Shadow Clan for a time, trying to keep what is left of the clan together. Puddleshine tells him of the dreams he has of the shadows disappearing from the forest. He continues to try his best to keep things together, but after a disagreement with his father on leadership styles and more dreams from Puddleshine, he decides to leave his clan and journey to find Dovewing. After a journey through several two-leg places, he finally arrives at the building Dovewing saw in her dreams. She has joined up with a group of cats who heal those in need and live in the basement of the church. These cats have no leader, but a cat named Fierce tends to take charge, while a cat named Spire has visions and dreams of import. These guardian cats have trouble with foxes, which Tigerheart helps to chase away. Eventually, their kits are born, and Spire gives an ominous statement about the future of one, saying that he will see into the shadows. Tigerheart longs to return home, but Dovewing is hesitant, wanting their kits to be old enough to travel. As their kits grow up, Tigerheart helps the guardian cats, especially when another group of strays comes by and starts causing trouble. Eventually, this problem is solved by ridding the others' territory of the foxes that pushed them out to begin with. Spire has a dream, which pushes Tigerheart to return to Shadow Clan. After a conversation with Dovewing, she agrees to join him. Spire and 3 other guardian cats, Blaze, Ant, and Cinnamon, join the little family as they make their way back to the lake. Along the way, Spire has a vision of an orange sun, insisting they follow that instead of the train tracks back. As it turns out, this path leads them to some of Shadow Clan's lost warriors who join the patrol. After Spire dies on the journey to save Pouncekit, he is given a posthumous warrior name by Tigerheart. One of the Shadow Clan cats they find, Berryheart, gives birth along the way, halting their progress. Shadowkit, the one Spire claimed would see into the shadows, has visions of the lake and insists they journey as soon as possible. Tigerheart does not listen, insisting they can leave in the morning, and is then attacked by an owl which tries to steal one of Berryheart's kits. Despite the best efforts of the patrol, Tigerheart finds himself in StarClan with the newly named Spire site. The cat tells Tigerheart that it is not his time to die, and Tigerheart discovers that the patrol and Puddleshine have brought his body to the moon pool in hopes of StarClan saving him, as Rowan Star has passed as well. Among StarClan, Tigerheart receives his 9 lives and returns to ShadowClan as their new leader. All right.
Hell yeah.
So,
Tigerheart's Shadow.
Immediate thoughts. I really enjoyed this one.
Me too. I had a lot of fun with it. I was worried that it wasn't going to be interesting, and while I do think that it meanders a little more than it necessarily needs to,
yeah,
I generally had a great time with it. I don't know if that's just because I love Tiger Dove and their family so much, but hey, you know, sometimes you're a fan and you're being served.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my judgment is clouded by just really liking the characters, but I feel like this was a, like, plot-wise, I feel like it was a very interesting story. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it definitely felt out of the usual mold in a lot of ways.
I really enjoyed Tigerheart's perspective.
Yeah.
Especially, like, this poor boy, like, he is dealing with a lot.
He's dealing with so much,
and,
dude.
like, I get Dovewing being like, you're really gonna pick your clan over me? Like, can't they live without you? And then I'm like, Shadow Clan has, like, 6 cats.
I know. I think that it works so well, this conflict, because it feels,
Yeah.
I can completely understand Dovewing's frustration, but I also completely understand Tigerheart's reticence here.
Yeah.
I think both of them have really strong points and are just looking at the problem from different perspectives in ways that are really, really interesting and fun and like complicated.
Yeah, I agree.
Worth noting before we get too far into this, just like release date wise, when I was looking at the release date for this, it came out September 5th, 2017. I was really surprised to discover it came out 2 months before our previous reading, Darkest Night.
That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, right? That this came out before. Can you imagine reading this before reading Darkest Night?
I can't, honestly. I would just be like, what the fuck is happening here?
What is going on, right?
Yeah.
And 7 months before our next reading, River of Fire, which is when we're going to find out whatever the hell happened, because by the end of this book, Rowenstar is dead, and he wasn't dead when we left.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
It's crazy. And as I got closer and closer to the end of this book, and we got to like that last quarter of this narrative, I was like, what the hell went on? I don't even remember. I've read Vision of Shadows before. I don't remember what goes so terribly.
Yeah, that's absolutely wild. And that is something I noticed and probably colors a lot of the response that I saw when we get to Sharing Tongues. But
oh yeah, I bet that this, it would be really strange to read it out of order with A Vision of Shadows. Like I would have released this maybe even fully after Vision of Shadows came out if I was going to release it at a weird time. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Really, really interesting. The release date, like the whole release schedule for this arc plus the super editions that kind of are adjacent to this arc are really interesting, because Hawkwing's Journey also came out like alongside the arc in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Very interesting decisions.
Really, they were really trying something here, I think.
I'm not sure if it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love about Tigerheart that he's just a little bit stupid.
Just a bit stupid.
I think the commitment to him being slightly stupid is great.
Just like a little bit of an idiot.
Just a little bit. I can't remember the line, but there's a moment near the beginning of the book when he's talking to Dovewing, when she says something and he's like, you mean da-da-da-da-da? And she's like, no, I don't mean da-da-da-da-da. Like, I can't remember. I just remember the cadence of the exchange that she was like, no, that's not what I mean.
Yeah. Also the fact that she was like, I'm having kits. And he's like, are they mine? Like, oh my God.
That was it. That was the moment. Yes. Him going, are they mine? That was the moment I was like, oh, he's just a little stupid.
It's just a bit stupid. Oh my God. Yeah, he's so stupid sometimes, and I love him. He's just a boy.
He's just a boy. There's so many moments in this book. Now, admittedly, some of those are after he's had a traumatic brain injury.
That is true.
But there's so many moments where in the prose it literally says like, I'm thinking so hard, my brain hurts. Like he has moments where he's like, oh, my head is spinning around and around. I'm having too many thoughts. It's just, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I just relate. I relate to him.
He's trying his best.
He's trying his best. You know, we start this book seeing from his perspective some of the little snippets that we saw in Darkest Night. Like his perspective on the scene that Twigpaw and Finpaw surreptitiously are view to. It's so funny that Twigpaw left right before Dovewing goes, I'm pregnant and the babies are yours. Like Twigpaw truly exited that scene at exactly the right time to stop getting the tea.
She said, I've heard enough.
I've heard enough.
I really was, again, literally, and I know this is on my brain because we're recording the day we released the Darkest Night episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about Rowan Star again and the wild, complicated relationship between him and Tigerheart in this book.
I know.
The way he's like basically telling Tigerheart, like, you're gonna have to step up, like, I can't do this shit, to once Tigerheart like does something leader-like, he's like, how dare you fucking backtrack on my leadership? And it's like, what do you want him to do?
Which is it? It feels like a really interesting and like well-textured look at somebody who, like, I feel like Rowan Star thinks that he knows that what he wants, and then like he sees what he's saying he wants in action and starts to immediately feel insecure about it.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
There's a line in that he says that's something like, it's very difficult to be eclipsed. I was like, damn, Rowan Star.
Wow.
Fuck, dude. Because it really does feel like he is seeing in real time, like, his clan choose his son over him.
Yeah.
Which is, that's rough. Gotta hand it to Rowan Star. That's rough.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Not gonna lie, though. The sun is the sun. That goes pretty hard.
I'm sorry. I thought that was so silly. I was like, oh, good Lord.
It is silly. It's silly, but it's one of those StarClan visions that is so silly. For me, it turns around into being cool again, but also it like, you're right. It's silly.
I have nothing against it. It's just silly. Mm-hmm. But, you know, sometimes StarClan isn't subtle. And you know what? I do have to appreciate when they aren't, because they can be vague as fuck sometimes.
They can be. And there's even enough vagary here that Tigerheart does get confused.
He does.
So,
that poor boy.
Though again, at the time, he had just recently received head trauma.
That is true.
They don't address enough that he had a concussion.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like, after that badger fucking clocked him against that tree, I thought that concussion Tigerheart was going to be, like, a big reason why he didn't immediately go after Dovewing.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, and he got better. I was like, damn, I thought we were doing, like, a concussion thing. I thought that was going to be a much bigger deal.
Yeah. Like, I knew that he wasn't going to catch up with Dovewing, but I was still like, oh my God, go to her.
Go to her! I know, I think if there was one thing I would change about the book, like in a big broad sense, it might be cutting out the whole thing where he flip-flops there and just have him go with her, and
I agree.
Then mix his concerns about that into the like broader, you know, conversations that they have once they're there at the with the guardian cats.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Because I really do enjoy some of the bits of like the solo journey that he takes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that I like it all enough that I really feel as though it is serving the narrative to have this whole sort of will he, won't he long stretch. Because I think having him have more conviction to go with Dovewing would actually end up being stronger narratively.
I agree, 100%.
Because their relationship has been such a constant for him, especially.
Mm-hmm. And it has just been so much of like, will we, won't we, that I really do feel like him going with her would have been like a real, like, it would just be a good kind of point on that relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And especially because the way that they decided to implement it was that he had decided to go with her. Yeah. And then
he got waylaid.
Yeah, he got waylaid and got a concussion. And so he passed out before he could keep following her.
And Scout's gonna mention the concussion about 20 times.
It was really striking to me.
Yeah. No, and like I enjoyed, I mean, his journey was fine, but like it didn't feel necessary.
It didn't feel necessary, and it didn't feel like something that he had to do alone.
Yeah.
It did give us Fuzzball, who I would die
so
for.
True. Oh,
fucking
Fuzzball.
loved Fuzzball.
What a name. I love him.
The fucking scene where Tigerheart is just like standing there in the two-leg place, and he's like, where the fuck am I going? And he just like is assaulted.
Yeah.
A child comes shooting at him.
Yeah. And he's like, did I do good? Did I fight good? And it's like, I guess.
And then he just runs away again.
He's so precious.
I love him.
He's giving Donald Fire Emblem.
Fuck. Oh my god, that's so funny. Does that make the other older cat Frederick?
Yes.
That's there? Yeah.
Ajax? Yeah.
Ajax, that was his name. I really, really liked all of the kitty pets that
I did too.
met throughout this book. I thought they had some of the most fun little bits of characterization.
I really liked Dash. I thought he was really cool.
Dash was great.
All of the guardian cats were perfect, and I love them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would read a whole arc of just about them.
Mm-hmm. I would read a whole Guardian Cats arc for sure. We almost shout out to Dash, almost literally going, "You mean the fucking train?" Like, aside from the swear, basically that happens.
Yeah, he's literally like, "Oh yeah, the trains are here," and Tigerheart's like, "You mean the big snakes?" He's like, "Not the trains. That's what they're called." Yeah,
he says something like, "Oh, you really aren't from around here, huh? Because only cats from the countryside call them thunder snakes."
It's so funny.
It's really good. And Ajax earlier on is the one who's like, "Is this a romantic quest?" Which I thought was really fun too.
Yeah, it was so good. I just love the Guardian Cats so much. I grew so attached to them. I mean, obviously, especially my special boy Spire.
Spire's great.
Love him. But like all of them it was so, you know me, I'm a sucker for like a new kind of like group structure in Warrior Cats. And I was pissed off that once again we have to do the whole like, yes, clan life is clearly superior because like we can do all of this shit. Because, you know, Tigerheart's basically trying to turn them into a clan. But I will give them a little bit of credit on this one because, like, I think that a lot of that part of the story was more about Tigerheart learning to, like, take leadership and, like, becoming a little bit more confident in his ability to be, like, go back and be a leader. So I'll give them a little bit of credit on that one. But Erin's are on thin ice.
Yeah. There's still too many allusions as we get deeper into the narrative of Tigerheart being like, wow, they're really acting more like a clan now. I'm like, they don't need to act like a clan. They don't need to do that.
Yeah, they can just live their lives. Just calm down.
They can just live their lives. I was really worried when Fog entered the picture and Tigerheart was going so hard at being determined that like Fog was trying to like encroach on the territory and sabotage stuff. I was really, really worried that she was going to end up being sort of a bog standard Warrior Cats villain.
Yeah.
And basically validating all of like the delusions that Tigerheart was having about her behavior, because he really like is doing some stretching.
Yeah, he's like, she's just like Darktail. I'm like, she's not.
She's nothing like Darktail.
She's not like Darktail. It's okay, bud. We know you're traumatized. Like, it's all right.
I feel like he never quite learned the lesson that he should have learned from that, which is like, no, they don't need territory lines. Yes, there is, you know, enough fucking trash cans to go around. Like, if Fog wanted to join the Guardian Cats, she could have joined the Guardian Cat.
And like the lesson of like not every cat who's like invading your space is like doing it maliciously.
Right. Yes. I don't feel like he ever 100% learned that lesson, and I would have liked him to learn that. But at least Fog became, instead of an antagonist, she became somebody that like we had sympathy for and we helped in the end.
Yeah. And I really liked Tuna, her, like, one of her cats.
Tuna was great. Tuna was a real one.
Who was like, hey, look, I really would love to go back home. I actually really don't want to be here. I want my own bed. I'll help you out. Just like, please. I liked Tuna. He was cool.
Tuna was great.
Again, just all of the kitty pets in this book, or not kitty pets, but like all of the non-clan cats in this book ruled.
Yeah. You mentioned Fierce earlier. I think Fierce is such a great character. From her first introduction, where she like doesn't reveal that Dovewing is there, but is clearly trying to get a read on Tigerheart because she like knows, she has heard from Dovewing who Tigerheart is, and she does it in this really subtle way of like,
can we
go
trust
see if
you?
Maybe we have a cat here that's named Dovewing, as though she doesn't know, you know?
Yeah, I loved it. It was giving, like, even though, you know, Dovewing had clearly not been there terribly long, it was giving, like, best friend trying to suss out the boyfriend's intentions.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And gave such a good sense of that the guardian cats, like, they come by their name honestly. They really look out for the cats that they have under their care.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Interesting note, that was a throwaway line that will not leave me, is about Pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm fucking...
Who met this guy? Because for a hot second, I was like, did we meet a cat named Pumpkin with the Sky Clan books? And then I was like, no, I don't remember a cat named Pumpkin. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? I know it doesn't actually matter, but like...
This had me theory crafting. I was okay. So what happens is there's a throwaway line that one of the guardian cats mentions that for a time with the guardian cats there was a cat named Pumpkin who lived with forest cats once. Yeah. Is like the vernacular that's used, which implies some connection with a clan at some point. But as far as Tigerheart remembers, and as far as either of us as readers can remember, there has never been a cat named Pumpkin in the clans. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, who did Pumpkin meet? Where? When? I had the thought that maybe he is one of the sister Toms, like one of their sons.
Okay.
Because the sisters are kind of forest cats, you know, more so than like anybody else. That was, and Pumpkin is kind of an earthy name, so it could be. And they had, you know, some knowledge about herbs. That was the only other thought that I had, but it was making me rabid. I was like, I have to know who the fuck Pumpkin is.
Yeah. And looking him up on the wiki, there is no information.
Yeah, I was also doing that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I am very curious.
I will go back a little bit. Great, so a really good scene between Ivypool and Tigerheart nearer the beginning of this book before Tigerheart bounces after Dub. That great conversation between them that just like reeks of all of the history that those two have, which we've talked about before. But in it, she lashes out at him and scratches him, which he lets her do because he feels so bad about not following Dovewing, which was also like, oof. Oh, buddy. But she scratches him across the muzzle, and I immediately had the thought, oh my god, they could give him the same scar that Tiger Star Prime had.
Hell yeah. That would be sick.
I can't believe how much he fucking looks like him.
It's crazy.
And that is named after him.
It's just so much.
It's so much.
I love Dovewing and Tigerheart's relationship. I love how their conflict feels like real. Mm-hmm. Because they are both like, do we go back? Do we leave? Do we go to ThunderClan? Do we go to ShadowClan? Like, do we split the kids up and parent trap it? Like, what are we doing? And they don't, like, they both have good reasons, and they both have, like, emotional reasons, and they both they love each other so much.
They love each other so much. They listen to each other on it really well, you know? There's nobody that's, like, clearly not taking into account the other one's feelings. siblings.
I was so worried that, like, Dovewing was going to hold a grudge the whole book about him not coming the night that she left. And I was so glad that, like, it was a conversation they had, and then it was, like, not something that she, like, held over him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
Yeah. Throughout this book, they actually have really, really good, like, couple communication, like you pointed out. Which is not something that we often see in the Warrior Cats books, I will say. Absolutely
not. Definitely, especially with these cross-clan relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I had something else to say about them, but I can't remember it. So if I remember it later, then I will remember it and I will say it. Their kits are born. So 2 things about the kits. 1, my boy is here.
I'm so excited. He's giving Haunted Child so hard.
Delivered unto us, my son, Shadow Kit.
In a church, no less.
In a church. Truly a religious experience.
Yeah, I am obsessed with Shadow Kit. Yes. It's so, he gives just the most Haunted Child vibes. There's a moment where they're getting ready to leave, or not getting ready to leave, when they're, like, talking about, like, whether or not they're gonna go back to the forest. And, like, Kit is like, are we ever gonna go to the forest? And Shadow Kit just, like, is sitting there and is like, it's dark in the forest. I'm like, you are the child from a horror movie. I love you so much.
He just says shit sometimes. Between him and Spire, we have so much, like, goose feather DNA.
It's so good.
In this book that I am just delighted by. I am eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
He is the world's most haunted child.
I'm eating it. I love it so much.
Fucking love him so much. I cannot talk about this litter of kits being born, though, without briefly razzing the Erins, because I think Light Kit and Shadow Kit are guys.
Guys, come on now.
It's a little heavy-handed.
And then they've got Pounce Kit.
Pounce Kit, which I wrote. It's like, it's so out of the melodramatic naming scheme. I wrote, this is the equivalent to, like, these are my kids. That's Othello, that's Cersei, and that's Pat.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like to me.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. Just, like, either go all the way with, like, Light Kit, Shadow Kit, and
Dusk Kit.
Exactly. Dusk Kit is what I thought of. Or just, but Pounce Kit, really throwing Pounce Kit in there is so funny.
I know. Guys, come on now. It was a choice.
It was a choice.
We'll see how it works out for them.
I think knowing both of their like adult names, I think they both come out pretty good in the wash of things, and it ends up feeling more natural once they have their whole names. But it's still so it's a lot.
I'm imagining the conversation with Tawny Pelt, like, here are your grandchildren. This one's Pounce Kit, and she's like, oh wow, Pounce Kit, wonderful. This one's Light Kit. Okay, yeah, I can see that. And then this one's Shadow Kit. Son, what were you thinking? Like, name Pounce Kit Dawn Kit after your sister or something.
Oh, who's dead?
Well, he didn't realize she was dead until the end.
He didn't realize she was dead, yeah.
But, like, we all knew.
Mm-hmm.
We been knew.
There's a line in this book near the end where Tigerheart thinks about, sort of mentions in his own thoughts that it's unusual for kittens to be named after other, like, clan cats who have died. And I
totally
thought
missed that line.
I thought that was really interesting because I don't
agree.
Obviously, well, here's the thing. It could be completely just like an anachronism of the Erins not remembering their own stuff. Or the interesting way to interpret it that I thought of was maybe Shadow Clan's customs are not, don't have that. But ThunderClan is a lot more, like has a lot more of that because everybody in ThunderClan be naming people after cats who have died.
That's so true.
Like every other cat in ThunderClan is named after, a former clanmate.
Yeah. I guess Shadow Clan really, I don't think they do name other cats after, like, name their kids after.
He's named after one.
Well, okay, but except him. Like, that's why it's weird.
Yeah. That is why it's unusual. Yeah. So I wondered if, I mean, obviously that it wasn't spelled out enough in the prose for me to actually think that that's what they were getting at. It was just sort of some throwaway line that they put in there to make it seem more important that Barry Hart decided to name one of her kids after Spire. But it stuck out to me, and I thought it was
so sweet.
Interesting. It was really sweet.
And she, like, barely knew him. She barely knew him.
She did barely know him. I would love to talk about Spire a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about Spire.
First of all, he does wink at Tigerheart at one point. We just don't hear about cats winking that much, so it just really took me off guard.
Zelda winks all the time.
I think he's such an interesting character. I really like seeing a different, non-traditional spiritual figure for the cats. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of goose feather adjacent manifestations of his power, where it seems often like he's talking to cats who aren't there.
He feels like a less chill version of Tree.
Yeah.
Like, Tree is Spire if he took some weed. to a certain extent. I'm really just like, I love how this arc specifically is giving us these non-traditional spiritual cats. We've got Tree, we've got the sisters, we've got Spire, we've got Shadow Kit, whatever the fuck is going on with him. Mm-hmm. Like, we just have so many, like, interesting ways of playing with the spirituality, and it's very exciting.
Yeah. And in ways that are, like, so much more effective and interesting than any of the stuff they ever have done with the tribe, right?
Yeah.
In ways that are so fun. The fact that Spire specifically has visions informed by, like, billboards was such a fun touch.
Yeah, that's so cool. That they
were like,
really
how
cool.
Yeah, that they were like, the sun is down, how can he say he's going to see an orange sun? And then we find out that it's something that's drawn on a billboard. Is so fun. In the end, I just really wish that we'd had more time with him. It's too bad that he dies here, though. That is exceptional. See, so much really good use of urban development stuff in this book that we almost never get to see. The idea of the warrior cats experiencing a bridge that comes up to let a boat underneath, and like having no way of understanding that that's going to happen. Really interesting and so harrowing.
Yeah. Also, like, trains.
Yes!
Like, just
I was so
the concept of trains. It reminded me of the Aristocats.
Yeah!
Just...
they should have just got on the train to go home. But...
whatever, though.
What do I know?
What do we know? We're stupid two legs.
Mm-hmm. They had to walk so far.
They really did. Like, how much fucking time passed in this book?
It was like a whole month that they were walking back.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a month they were walking back. It was I would say like 5 months elapsed.
Yeah, it was like nearly at least half a month for him to even get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And then they have 2 months while they wait for their kits to be old enough to travel. And then another month once Barry Hart has her kits.
Yeah.
Before the owl TM.
The owl TM. Yeah.
I really liked there's some a moment where the cats watch the two legs do what I assume is choir practice in the church, which they call like when the two legs come and yowl, which I think is so funny. And they talk about how it echoes weird and sounds really weird in the cellar where they live.
And there's, like, the moment, too, of, like, the kits watching a funeral.
Yeah, an actual human funeral.
And they're like, what the hell are they doing? It's like, hey.
It's so good.
Maybe.
Yeah. I loved that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Again, seeing warrior cats in an urban environment like this, like such a really highly densely populated urban environment, like a real city, was so interesting. Of course, we also get, Harold, I'm telling you, the cats used tools. They sprung all my traps with sticks.
That was hilarious. Also, though, I loved them leading the foxes into the traps.
That was
leading the
so
foxes
fun.
into the
traps.
I was like,
so
oh my god, that's
good.
what I was like, oh my god, they should just trap the foxes in the human traps. And then they fucking did it, and I was like, hell yeah, they did it. Good
It
moment.
was really good, and a really fun. I always like it when conflicts get solved in the Warrior Cats books without like just a big fight.
Yeah, I like them being clever.
I liked them being clever. I liked them doing a relay, sort of hearkening back to the dog relay race.
Oh yeah, man, good times. I mean, bad times, but you know, good times.
Bad times. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else specific to mention. I thought it was really cool the way that Tigerheart got his 9 lives.
That's really,
the fact that
really
they
cool.
like brought his body to the moon pool and were like hoping that they would like resurrect him. Crazy. And I feel like the fact that they're like Dovewing wouldn't give up on you was just tearing my heart out, kind of like she loves him so much.
The whole section where she keeps making sure he stays awake. Like, Tigerheart, no, you can't go to sleep because he's so injured that, like, if he falls asleep, he is dying.
Yeah.
And she just keeps talking to him and being like, Tigerheart, you can't go to sleep, honey. You have to stay awake. No sleeping yet. I know it really hurts. That was brutal and like tore me up. Such a good detail to throw in there. What the fuck happened to him? Did he just like break all of his ribs? Internal bleeding, I guess.
It was internal bleeding because they were like, he looks fine, but like there's the swelling and stuff. So I think he had like some really massive internal bleeding.
Maybe punctured lungs because he was having trouble breathing.
Yeah. And I think that was just, you know, because he even said like, take the kids to ThunderClan, like, you've got to stay with, like, take them there, stay with them. And she was like, I am not fucking giving up on you. And I was like, oh God.
It's just, they just love each other so much, Jillian.
They really do. They really do.
Yeah, I mean, my last note is I cannot wait to see what the fuck happens lakeside.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world went down?
Because where we left them, here's the thing that's really interesting. When Tigerheart left them, the clan was on the verge of collapse. Where we last left them at the end of Darkest Night was they had been dissolved into SkyClan.
Yeah.
So, and Rowan Claw had, denounced his leader name.
Right.
So what the hell is gonna go on?
I know. I'm fascinated. I can't wait.
Do you have any, I know vaguely, I can't posit, but do you have any theories to craft?
I mean, honestly, how many lives left does Rowan Star even have? Like, I don't think he had that many lives left after all the shit that went down.
He has to be running pretty low after we know he lost, like, probably at least 3 lives to Yellow Cough.
Which is crazy work.
Yeah.
Predictions. What do I think's gonna... All right, so they're living with Sky Clan. River Clan is still closed the borders. I feel like maybe some conflict with River Clan.
Yeah, I feel like they have to... What's going on with River Clan?
Who knows?
Well, we will see.
We will find out soon enough. That's all for me. Do you want to take us to the Erin Corner?
Sure. I have... a couple things. So first, there is what I guess is a pretty glaring supporting character inconsistency in this book, but it has to do with River of Fire as well. Like,
is it the Rippletail thing?
It's the Rippletail thing. Yeah. So I'll bring that back next episode, but there is inconsistency about like who they find and bring back.
Yeah.
That I think is kind of interesting. Hilariously, Dovewing's silence is missing from the front matter of this book.
Were you silent,
I guess,
or were you silenced?
I can't believe that the editors deleted Tigerheart's wife's novella from his book.
Haterism.
Because I checked it even on my the digital version, like that I borrowed from the library. It's not there. I'm like, seriously, they didn't even fix the PDF. Tiger Star, worth mentioning, by the end of this book, we have a new Tiger Star. Welcome,
Yes.
Tiger Star, to
2.0.
2.0. Hopefully much better than before.
I have faith.
But I have faith in him, but I still cannot believe that the Erins did this to us.
Oh, no.
So Kate at one point said of Tawny Pelt naming her son after Tiger Star Prime, that she did it to inherit his strengths as a powerful warrior. Okay, thanks, Kate. He was still a fascist. I still wouldn't have done it.
It's still a wild decision on Tawny Pelt's part to do that.
I still feel like it's
maybe one of the most questionable decisions she's made.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it's mean to Tawny Pelt to have that be a character decision that she made. I feel like it's mean to her as a character.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they're bullying their own character.
100%.
Then I was, just like looking at family tree stuff, and I was reminded of a couple of things that possibly we've spoken about before and I've forgotten about, but I thought were really interesting and is interesting to bring up now as we're getting into new Tiger Star territory. So I don't know if we've discussed this before, but original Tiger Star is actually a descendant of one of Cloudstar's kits. If we remember from way back in Cloudstar's journey, his wife and children stayed in ThunderClan when SkyClan was originally banished and were adopted into ThunderClan. So he's apparently a descendant of Cloudstar. I thought that was very funny because of, how pure blood ass Tiger Star Prime is. And then I was looking and I was like, whoa, wait, Rowan Claw is Ragged Star's nephew, which is another thing that we've probably, obviously we've seen those characters, and so I could have known it, but I just didn't put it back together. And Ragged Star's dad was Hal, who was a kitty pet, and also I'd forgotten that Hal was also Russet Fur's dad. There's a lot more kitty pet going on in ShadowClan than they would like you to believe. I tell you that much.
They're so oh, ShadowClan would never. And it's like, ShadowClan would actually.
ShadowClan, in fact, has quite a lot.
Yeah.
Russet Fur was their deputy for years. And she started out as a loner. Yeah. Living in the two-leg place. Which I think we've even brought that up before, because there's one time when Russet Fur says a line that's like, ShadowClan hates kitty pets or whatever. And it's like, Russet Fur, do you remember who you are?
No.
Anyways, the Tiger Dove Kit's family tree must be crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's probably it is.
Because they're also related to.
Go ahead.
They're also related to Firestar.
Yep.
Through Dovewing.
Yeah, I will have to. Let me pull up my version of the family tree, because I've been keeping a family tree that's up to date with the podcast.
Oh, so they've got sort of ancient Sky Clan, Thunder Clan, Kitty Pet again, and Shadow Clan.
Yeah, they got a pretty interesting one. Just goes back quite a bit. You can trace it back pretty far, actually. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting family tree, because they got the whole Tigerheart stuff. They got the Dust Fern connection.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just
one of really very few families to be able to have the Dust Fern connection, considering how many of Dust Fern's kids died.
Yeah, I think the only
before
ones...
ever procreating.
Spider
Birchfall
and
was the
Birch.
only one, I think. Oh,
nope, Spiderleg had with Daisy, Toadstep, and Rose Petal, who have not had kids.
I think Toadstep has already died at this point. I think
probably.
Rose Petal,
I'm a few books behind on this family tree, I'll be honest.
From as far as we are, I believe Rose Petal is still alive, but Toadstep died of green cough, off screen.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I've got for Erin Corner. What about sharing tongues?
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff here actually today. One really great thing about having a whole new group of cats is there are a ton of designs in the tag for all of these new cats. Yes. Which is just really nice to see. We've got a nice shocked Pikachu meme. Dovewing leaves the clans after warning Tigerheart that she didn't feel safe and she wouldn't wait for him for long. Tigerheart goes after her to bring her back after she's already left. Dovewing doesn't want to go back, which, yeah, that's a little bit reductive of what happened, but yeah.
Tigerheart shocked Pikachu.
Tigerheart, I'm going to church with my ThunderClan wife, Puddleshine. Chef Ramsay has locked himself in the freezer. Yeah, oh my god. I cannot even imagine how Puddleshine must be taking everything.
Being Puddleshine has to be the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
Just like being him. Shout out to him for being him.
Shout out to him. There's another one, which is a meme of Jesus approaching the disciples.
It's so good. This is so good.
The caption over Jesus says, "You boys got any Advil?" And the disciples are like, "Bro, we thought you died." And so they've edited it to have Tiger Star 2.0's face on Jesus with Dovewing and Puddleshine. Which I just think is very funny.
It's so funny.
I can't believe it's not dead. Tiger Star on some margarine. A lot of good
Tiger Star and some margarine.
A lot of good little memes. Kit's shock numbed him. Mine? It's more likely than you think.
He's so stupid.
He's so stupid. We've also got this one, which I agreed. Tigerheart's actually a pretty decent dude. You guys are just mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then we have a Craigslist personals one again, with fierce on it, and it just says still fierce as fuck.
Hell yeah.
And then, we have some cool art of Ivy Pool giving Tigerheart the business.
Yes.
I love Ivy Pool just being, like, scarred to hell and back.
Yeah. After
Queen.
her time in the Dark Forest, man, she just got fucked up.
I do have to say the haters are out in full force. This book was not popular when it came out. Which I think is because it came out before Darkest Night. So everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, yeah, it feels like it would be super confusing.
Yeah. But also a lot of people just don't like Tigerheart and Dovewing, and a lot of people just don't like Tigerheart, so...
They don't got taste.
Yeah. The haters are out. I respect the fact that people are haters. I disagree. I respect the fact that they have their opinions. I will not be sharing them on the podcast as I do not agree with them.
Yeah.
AO3 had, like, jack shit. Spire doesn't even have a tag.
Damn, that's too bad.
There are only 5 for this book. Of course, our constant as humans retelling, and then a bunch of, like, focusing on, like, background characters. Excuse me, like Slate Fur and such. 74 fix for Dove Tiger, though. Good for them. Storygraph. This book got 3.76 stars, with a total of 332 reviews. Once again, a lot of people saying that they just don't care for Tigerheart. This one definitely was more of like, I am so confused, what the hell is happening, kind of reactions. Mm-hmm. This one, overall, I like Tiger Dove and some other stuff. I just really wish these stupid books would stop with the unchallenged clan supremacy, because it's really, really hecking annoying. I agree.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
This one says, looping back to do a rating later, but eyes emoji, the ending, eyes emoji. I agree. And then I disagree with this one, but I had to put it here because, like, you know, it was a short and sweet review, I guess. In a perfect world, a Black Star Super Edition would have been made and not this. And I'm like, we had a Black Star book. It's called Blackfoot's Reckoning.
Yeah, I don't think that I would want to, like, I don't think I would want
a whole book on
stretch.
Blackfoot.
I don't think I want to stretch that out like that.
Yeah. We've got a couple of videos. We've got one that's just a animation meme sketch over an old Vine. Yeah. We've got a couple of AMVs. I am sure that we've discussed this one before, but the Lay All Your Love on Me map just fucking rips.
It goes so hard. Yeah, I talked about this one. I added this one into the discussion last episode because I knew this was coming up, and it's like about the same time in the... It's so good.
It's so good.
Worth mentioning it again because I fucking love it so much.
There's another one set to Taylor Swift's Love Story, but what really got me was the uploader's summary comment was, I'm convinced Tigerheart was only attacked by the owl because he didn't do his Duolingo lesson. And then there's another one that's an Ivy Pool and Tigerheart map set to Congratulations from Hamilton, and it's just all Ivy Pool giving him the business. Very fun.
Hell yeah.
They really have such a fascinating relationship.
I know. The weirdest sister-in-law, brother-in-law that there is.
It's very Romeo and Juliet coded of like Ivy Pool. Not to say Ivy Pool is Tybalt, but kind of she is. Because, Tigerheart almost feels like he's just like, look, I'm with your sister and I kind of want things to be chill. And she's like, fuck you. So, yeah, actually, Ivy Pool is Tybalt, and I'm gonna stick with that one, actually.
I love this.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all I got. Overall, it seems that you and I had a far higher opinion of this book than the fandom at large. Mm-hmm. But... maybe we're just Tiger Dove stans and that's where it's got to go.
Maybe. I'm surprised more people... I don't know. I'm surprised more people aren't, huge into Tiger Dove.
Yeah, I think part of it is just the burnout on forbidden relationships.
I feel like it's also hard because when it was coming out, it was so deeply slow-rolled. This is way after, the original stint of their forbidden romance. This is so far after that. And I think reading it sort of all back to back to back and in chronological order like we do for the podcast, we have some, distance from stuff because it takes time to read things and record things, but it's all still pretty fresh in our mind. It's not like years and years apart. I can see it sort of coming back after being settled for a long time. Mm-hmm. Maybe I would not be as fond of it, Yeah. But overall, I like it.
Yeah. You want to talk about our Warrior Cat of the Week?
I would love to. Tell me about your pick.
My pick, shocking no one. Come on now. Spire! I just think he's a cool guy, and I like him a lot. And I was always interested in what he has to say.
Every time he opens his mouth, I'm rapt with attention. I love him.
Mm-hmm. Who's yours?
Mine is a nice companion to yours. Mine was Blaze.
Yay! I love Blaze. What a cutie pie.
Yeah, we didn't, I don't think we ended up discussing him much, but to give a brief summary of Blaze's whole thing is that he is a kitten that Spire has sort of taken in and is raising. And he is just like the perfect little squire and attendant to Spire. Mm-hmm. He follows him around. He makes sure that he gets his food and, that he doesn't bump into things when he's having his visions. And he's also just so enthusiastic and so excited about the idea of clan life. He does end up coming back to the clans with Tiger Dove and the fam. Really, really sad when he loses Spire.
Yeah.
I really liked the scene where Tigerheart decided to hold a vigil for Spire, and Blaze wanted to sit one as well. Just a great little cat. I'm really excited that we're going to get more of him, that he's going to be hopefully in ShadowClan now.
Yeah, fingers crossed we don't end up with another Stormcloud situation.
I know. I wish we had more Stormcloud. It's so annoying that we don't get
so
more of
upsetting.
him.
I'm still
now
bitter.
We have Ant, Cinnamon, and Blaze have all joined, are hopefully going to join ShadowClan, and I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm really hoping, we didn't see a ton of Ant and Cinnamon, but it was really sweet how, willing to help they were. They were just yeah, we'll watch the kids.
I loved that they were the babysitters.
So, very much hoping to see more of all three of them.
Mm-hmm. I really liked them.
Which, hopefully, we'll see pretty soon. You want to take us out, Scout?
Yeah. If you have thoughts, opinions, questions, or memes to share with us, you can write to us at pawsandclawspod@gmail.com. That's paws as in what a cat has, claws as in the part of speech, pod as in podcast. We are also on Blue Sky at Paws and Claws and on Tumblr at Paws Clause Pod. Listeners who are 18 years and older can come join us on Discord, which will be linked in the show notes. We are brought to you by the TWG Podcast Network, which you can find at theworstgarbage.online, and you can find me on Tumblr or Blue Sky at Humble Goat and see the art that I do, including our podcast cover art, at scoutwilkinson.myportfolio.com.
And you can find me on Blue Sky at plot-twists or on Tumblr at antique-romantic. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, where we will discuss A Vision of Shadows, Book 5, River of Fire, and the 14th published novella, Tawny Pelt's Clan. Read along by buying the book from a local bookstore or checking out a copy from your local library. Until then, dear listeners, may StarClan guide your paws.
TWG, the worst garbage, online.